We are two democracies, two strong economies, and two innovative societies. We have the comfort of familiarity and the experience of a long partnership.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi received a standing ovation on Thursday when he arrived at the House of Commons, becoming the first Indian Prime Minister to address the British Parliament. In his address to British parliamentarians, he underlined the need for the world to speak in one voice and act in unison to combat the challenge of terrorism by adopting a comprehensive convention on international terrorism at the United Nations.
We must adopt a comprehensive convention on international terrorism in the United Nations without delay. There should be no distinction between terrorist groups or discrimination between nations. There should be a resolve to isolate those who harbor terrorists and willingness to stand with nations that will fight them honestly.
The PM also expressed India's strong commitment to protecting its citizens and their rights to express their views. While reminding the questioner that India was the land of Buddha and Gandhi, Prime Minister Modi said that if any incident, even if insignificant, arising out of intolerance happens, law would take its course and strict action would be taken.
हिंदुस्तान के किसी भी कोने में कोई भी घटना घटे, भारत के लिए वो घटना एक हो या दो हो या तीन हो, 125 करोड़ के देश में एक घटना का महत्व है कि नहीं है, ये हमारे लिए मायना नहीं रखता है. हमारे लिए हर घटना गंभीर होती है. हम इसको किसी भी हालत में टॉलरेट नहीं करते हैं. कानून कठोरता से कार्रवाई करता है और करेगा. और भारत एक वाइब्रेंट डेमोक्रेसी है जो संविधान के तहत सामान्य से सामान्य नागरिक के जीवन को हर प्रकार की सुरक्षा, उसके विचारों की रक्षा, उससे प्रतिबद्ध है.
Earlier, Prime Minister Modi announced the signing of the Civil Nuclear Accord with the UK after his one-on-one talks with his British counterpart David Cameron at 10 Downing Street, followed by delegation-level talks between the two sides. Both sides reaffirmed their commitment to cement ties in the defence manufacturing sector. Addressing a joint press conference with the British PM, Prime Minister Modi said that conclusion of the civil nuclear agreement is a symbol of mutual trust and resolve between the two countries to combat climate change.
हमने सिविल न्यूक्लियर एग्रीमेंट पर हस्ताक्षर किए हैं. ये हमारे आपसी विश्वास का प्रतीक है और हमने क्लाइमेट चेंज का सामना करने के लिए हमारे दृढ़ संकल्प का परिचय भी दिया है.
Following bilateral talks, India and UK announced signing of 6 pacts worth over £9 billion. They also decided to collaborate in the fields of defence and cyber security, besides launching a railway rupee bond. In a 20-minute address to UK's top industry leaders at London's Guildhall, Prime Minister Modi made a big push for investment, listing out the measures taken to address the long-pending concerns of investors, including taxation and his government's efforts to bring in reforms. Prime Minister Modi also talked about his intentions of making India a global manufacturing hub.
We will not resort to retrospective taxation and demonstrated this position in a number of ways. This includes not going for imposition of minimum alternate tax of FPIS. We have also decided to defer the implementation of the general anti-avoidance rules for 2 years. We have introduced the GST bill in Parliament. We are hopeful to roll it out in 2016. We are working on a new bankruptcy code. The company law tribunal is soon going to be formed. Friends, we want to make sure that our tax regime is transparent and predictable. We have launched the Make in India initiative. We are working on all fronts to make India a global manufacturing hub. To achieve this objective, apart from vigorous exercise for ease of doing business, we have fast-tracked approvals and clearances for industry and infrastructure.
On its part, London firmly supported India's candidature for a permanent seat in the UN Security Council. UK Prime Minister David Cameron spoke of his country's desire to invest in India. Cameron also announced that Britain will help develop the cities of Amaravati, Indore and Pune as smart cities.
The UK firmly supports permanent membership for India on the United Nations Security Council. International institutions need to reflect the world as it is today in order to maintain relevance and to support the rules-based system that benefits us so much.
Earlier, Prime Minister Modi, who flew into the British capital on his 3-day visit, was accorded a Guard of Honour by the 48-member F Company Scots Guard, accompanied by the regimental band of Irish Guards. He also paid homage at the statue of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, at Parliament Square. A special tricolour flypast by the Red Arrow's Royal Air Force aerobatic team also took place over Buckingham Palace in honour of Prime Minister Modi. With Bureau Inputs, OP Das and Sudhir Yadav's report, DD News, London.